Hello, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday to you guys. So, this is going to be a very quick live. I don't know if you guys have seen the news this morning. So, the popular Nigerian Yoruba vlogger, I don't know if you guys knows him. He's quite popular on social media. Like, he uses Yoruba to Yoruba language to speak in terms of like parables and stuff. He vlogs in Yoruba, like, So I was just strolling as I'm getting ready for church now, and I'm seeing news like he's passed away, and I'm like, this can't be true. That what? I was just it wasn't not a few weeks ago that I found the social media and when I pretty much like what he does, only for me to see the news this morning that he passed away playing football. I don't know if any of you guys know him. So he's a very popular vlogger, Yoruba vlogger. His name is Afobaje. He's popularly known as Afobaje, the Kingmaker. You find him on Instagram as the Kingmaker. It's so sad. Good morning, guys. I know I'm quick. I'm trying to get this story out because I'm getting ready for church when I saw the news. So he's known as the Kingmaker on Instagram, and like I was saying, he's also a businessman. Is a businessman. He deals in cars and stuff like that. So he's into business and he's doing well. So obviously, from the news this morning that I saw, it was being claimed that he died during a football game, that he was playing a football game with his spouse at Ikeja, and he passed away because he slumped during football and he passed away. Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. See, all these cases of people playing football and then passing away is starting to become a lot nowadays now. And I don't know, maybe it's because people are really not looking into their health. Please like this live stream as a comment. Is it that because people are not really looking after themselves or what? But for this guy, I'm super like it's a surprising thing to me. It's surprising and shocking. So it says that everybody is been going on. When I saw it on Stella Demokoko's page on Instagram, I'm like, no, she can't be saying the real thing because I was still on the guy's page yesterday. I was still on his Instagram page yesterday, trying to catch up from some of his posts that I've not seen in a while. And I was like this is a very very sad news. Does any of you know him? Does any of you know him? Like I'm scrolling through his page right now, and it's hard to believe that he's no longer. So I'm looking at the news, and I said I am, according to report that obviously we all know him, the philanthropist and all around. He's been known as a very generous person as well. Well, from people who know him actually, that he's very very generous. That he travels the world. His business is booming, and it's one of the good ones. And he also said that he collapsed on Saturday, which was yesterday, while playing football at Ikeja. And the saddest thing of this for me, reading this news, is that it's been alleged that he's an only child. It's been alleged that he's an only child of his parent. Like, oh my God, this is a very very sad news. This is a very very sad news. An only child. So his real name is Ali, Alli. Is that how to spell his real name? Yeah. So it's been said that that's his real name, and is I didn't even know that he was an only child. Like I said, most of us know him from obviously when he speaks his when he does his post on Instagram, he uses Yoruba stuff. Let me see if I can find one of his posts for you guys, so you can maybe if you guys can hear him. Like I said, he's into cars and stuff like that. He owns the Appoint More Autos. I think that's his business page. I see pages of him, being around. He does Yoruba vlog. Let me play one of his Yoruba vlogs for you. So that's one of his food vlogs. One of his vlogs at a restaurant. Like I said, is a Yoruba vlogger, and hearing of his news this morning, I mean, reading about it just kind of like saddens me. Like I said, the saddest part of this vlog so far is the fact that he's an only child. He's an only child. This is really, really sad. And it's been alleged that he was playing football with his spouse on Saturday, which was just yesterday, they're less than 24 hours. He was playing football when he slumped, and from there he passed away. Like, guys, this is very very sad news. Like I said earlier on, we all heard this was something similar to what happened to Yole Duce's son. It was alleged that he was playing football as well, and then he slumped, and that was him. Like, this is a very very this kind of like situation is starting to get really, really common nowadays. And as a nurse, I think it's high time I advise those of you who are my subscribers who are watching me, we need to take our health seriously. You might think in your body that, oh, you are fine, that there's nothing wrong with you, but I will advise you all to at least do your medicals once every 6 months. Do your medicals every 6 months. Like walk into a clinic or walk into an hospital. If you have a doctor at an hospital that you would normally use, speak to that doctor and say, no, what, doc, I just want to, I feel well, but I just wanted to, carry out a normal blood works, like check my blood pressure, take my blood, see if my bilirubin level is fine, check my red blood cells. Like, please just do a medical check on me, because at the end, that sometimes, hi Celine, how are you? Is at times you might feel well, and then there are some sicknesses that don't really give you symptoms. It is at the very last stage, it is when it's already in your system, that is when you start to get symptoms. Let's say, for God forbid, cancer, for example, like say cancer now, for people to, before people start to get symptoms, it will have entered into the bloodstream, it will have probably start spreading to other part of the body before people start to see symptoms. Same thing with heart attack as well. Heart attack just don't happen. Okay, we all know that when heart attack happens, somebody will probably be overweight, you'll be short of breath. There will be some things that you will notice there will be signs to let you know that, oh, something is wrong, something is wrong. But our people, they will not use agbo, they will use agbo instead of going to an hospital. A few months ago, someone reached out to me to say that, you know what, she bleeds a lot, and she's been bleeding for a very long time, that normally her period for the first 2 days are quite heavy, and then the last 3 days is always light. But she did say that, you know what, it's been constant going on, and she's starting to come, and she's starting to come high exit, that she was starting to get like lumps of blood when she does her period. And I asked her, for how long have you been noticing this? She said it's been 3 months, that she was taking a particular medication, but she stopped that medication. And since after she stopped that medication, she started, like, when she's on her period, like her period is very, very heavy, and she's bringing out like clunks, like chunks of blood, like passing when she does her period. So obviously I've asked her, like, have she felt, and has she added weight? Are there things that she's been eating that, she said no, that she's always maintained with the kind of food she eats. So I advised her, go to a nearest hospital, go see a gynecologist, ask for an ultrasound. Okay. So she was able to do that. 2 days later, it was said that she's got fibroids. She's actually got big, massive fibroids, a couple of them. So as you all know, fibroids could, if you have fibroid, it could give you abdominal pain, and some people could be that lucky they might not have pains, but then when they menstruate, when they have their monthly period, they will bleed heavily. In fact, they will be bringing out clumps of thick blood. Okay, for people who have fibroids. And the earlier, if you are a young lady and you have fibroids, it might stop you, it might prevent you from, being able to carry a baby full term. It might even stop you from being able to carry a pregnancy. So when she told me that, and I said to her, no, go to an hospital. I said, specifically ask to see a gynecologist. If that hospital does not have a gynecologist, just don't go to any doctor, because this is is a female thing. So I was so happy that she listened to me, and they were able to figure out that, yeah, she had that, and they placed her on treatment and stuff like that. So in most cases, fibroids, they don't operate on them. They don't operate on it. So in most cases, they expect fibroids to shrink. Okay. So, but people who have never had children might experience lots of bleeding and all of that, which is normal, that you go to an hospital and they might start you on medication. But once you start having babies, you might be lucky it will shrink and stuff like that. But for her, she's still a young lady. So she bleeding, it's normal that it happens because she's not had children. So she started her medication now, and she said there's been a difference. So guys, please take your health really, really seriously. Maybe I should start coming back here every once in a while and start giving you guys symptoms you should watch out for. Like I've always mentioned in my other previous videos, that are things you should look out for when it comes to like when in terms of your blood pressure. In terms of your blood pressure, like if you are a young person, your blood pressure should be about, in fact, let's say in general, your blood pressure should not exceed maybe 100 and 160, 150. If your blood pressure is starting to go, the top figure, if it's starting to enter 199, 180 something, you need to go to see your doctor. You need to go to see your doctor. Okay, you need to go see your doctor. Because if your blood pressure is starting to go, if you're a young person and your blood pressure is like 190 something, 108, 100, and almost going to 200, you are at risk of high blood pressure and possibly heart conditions as well. So we need to take our health seriously, guys. We really need to take our health seriously. Like this guy now, I don't know if he has any underlying health condition, But I will expect him to, because he's a learned person. He travels a lot, so you think that their health, they will take their health seriously. But like I said, I don't know much of his personal life, but it's so sad. Like, people just don't fall. Collapse and pass away from there. It's probably that it's got. Thanks for the super chat, Selling. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So, guys, we need to take care of our health, even as a aged person. Like I said, start from your blood pressure. And I don't know, I was thinking of even getting all this, all this home testing, home blood pressure machine. I was thinking of either sending some of them to Nigeria so that maybe people can buy them, or if anybody needs them, I'm happy to shop them here and bring them. So there are some blood pressure machine that you can get, and you can do your blood pressure at home. It helps you keep an eye on your blood pressure. So like I said, your systolic blood pressure, the top number, if you are a young person, or let's say generally, now I'm not going to say young person or old person, if your blood pressure is starting to fall into the 190 something, the top figure is the top figure you need to be concerned about. If the top figure is going to 199, 200, over 200, you are at risk of high blood. You are at risk. That's like a sign of hypertension, and you are at risk of heart attack or even stroke. As a young person, yes, young people get stroke as well. Regardless of your age, young people get stroke, because if your blood pressure is doing yo-yoing up and down, it's messing up with your heart. It's messing up with your heart. So we need to be very, very careful. Like I said, if your blood pressure is starting to exceed or is going to 199, 200, you need to go speak to your doctor, because that's a sign that you could either take a stroke or you could suffer an heart attack. So heart attack is not the end of the world. If it's been, if you're able to get to the hospital straight away, you can be saved. Okay, you can be saved. If you get stroke as well, if you're able to get into the hospital, you can be saved. But then, in order to avoid that happening to you, we need to take our health seriously. Watch what you eat. Don't drink agbo. If you feel otherwise that you're not feeling that great, instead of you drinking agbo, walk straight to the nearest hospital. I know health care system in Nigeria is not the best, but would you rather not take your health seriously and walk it to an hospital than taking agbo or self-medicating? So I think that's a kind of like advice I will give for now in terms of blood pressure. I think once in a week I'm going to come back for signs and symptoms that we should be watching out for. Obviously, I'm not trained to diagnose anybody, but I'll be making use of information on the NHS website here to give you guys advice. Because if you go onto the NHS website here, you get lots of advice on symptoms that you see, what it could be, and what you are to do. Good morning, Abby Crystal. Good morning, Oboro. How are you? I'm just talking about that popular Yoruba vlogger that passed away. I just saw the news this morning. I don't even know how old is he, but the saddest thing about this news is that he's the only child. He's the only child of his parents. He's the only child of his parents. So me here is just like, canvassing that you need to take your health seriously. You need to take your health serious. I've just shared an experience of a lady I was speaking to who was bleeding really seriously. She did not know what. I advised her to go to an hospital, and they found out that she's got fibroids, like big, massive fibroids. So I'm hoping that by the time she starts having children, God will help her and that fibroid will shrink, because in most cases, they don't operate on fibroids. They don't operate on fibroids. Even me that I'm talking to you here, when I had but I've already had 2 kids, but it took them until when I had my son, my first son. I hemorrhaged. His name is the Kingmaker Afobaje. If you go on Instagram, just type in the Kingmaker. Let me find this handle for you. The Afobaje on Instagram. That's the guy. They said he passed away yesterday. I'm just looking at the news now that he passed away yesterday playing football. He collapsed, and from there, he's dead. His name is the Afobaje. I don't know his real name, but they call him Ali or something. Mr. Ali. That's what he calls himself on Instagram. So we should take our health seriously. I think I'm going to do that once a week. I'm going to come here, maybe on a live stream. I will go to the NHS website. I will give you guys that website as well, and so that you guys can see the information I'm giving. Like I said, I'm not trained to diagnose anybody, but the things that I know is more common in Nigeria nowadays is people passing, like, they collapse and then they slump and then they pass away. Look at what happened to Onyeka Onwenu. Onyeka Onwenu also, she slumped, and from there they rushed her to the hospital. She passed away. And so I'm guessing for cases like that to be happening is probably cardiac-based issue. Some people might have underlying health conditions and they will not even know. So those of you that are watching me here, I don't claim to know too well, but I'm a sister helping another sister and brother. Please, I know it might be a lot of money to you, but please, even if it's once a year, go to an hospital that you know that they are top class. Go there and do your blood work. When you go there, take them to check everything. Like they take your blood, and from your blood, they'll be able to tell you what is wrong in your system. They'll be able to tell you that, oh, this is what your blood says, this is what your calcium says, this is what your potassium says, this is what your red blood says. From your blood samples, they can tell you what illnesses you might be having that you might not even know. So do all of that. Run ultrasound to make sure that your intestine, your liver, all of those things are fine. Run ECGs to make sure that your heart is in perfect condition. So those things, even if it's once a year, try and be saving that money up. Once a year, do it. Health is wealth. Health is wealth, especially in Nigeria where the government don't even care if you are living or not. But yeah, we those of us that we are in diaspora, even though everything is kind of like tight now, but we still know that we have a healthcare that we can run to say, oh, now if I feel somehow. I told you guys I had a surgery recently. And this issue that I've been is my gallbladder. I've been having that issue for years, but because I was not getting lots of symptoms. But since I had that surgery, I can't. It feels good not to be in pain. After I had my surgery, I could feel the impact instantly after I had that surgery. It feels good not to be in pain, so I'm super glad for it. So please, guys, I'm imploring you guys. This guy that passed away now, may his soul rest in peace. May God comfort his family. But it's so sad. It looks like it's so full of life, and it's got steez as well. He's so full of life. He's known to be a philanthropist. He's a car dealer as well. He's an entrepreneur. It's just so sad that he's passed away. Like I said, he does vlogs using Yoruba language. Let me play one of his vlogs again for you.
I know, leave your money be real.
So
Hello guys,
this is one of his vlogs going to Italy, and this was in July.
I'm flight from Paris to Milan. Disembarking from the aircraft, so all I could think of was how to go get my luggage, locate my driver, and
So most of his vlogs, he vlogs using Yoruba language, and it kind of like sets him apart. And he seems to be living he's living a large life. So this is just a very quick live, guys. I just say I should come here, like, what, take your health seriously. Endeavor to see a doctor. At least go to an hospital once a year. Let them do proper check on you. You might not feel sick, but a blood test could tell if you're at risk of any illnesses. And something else that is also common in Nigeria nowadays is diabetes. Okay, diabetes is very, very common in Nigeria right now. And see, from blood pressure, from your blood samples, you can be checked if you are going to be if you are pre-diabetic. By doing your blood work once a year, your doctor will be able to tell you if you are at risk of being diabetic later on in life. So if you are able to get your blood done at least once every year, and then you can start to either, keep an eye on your diet, maybe, and with those who are even pre-diabetic, you can even stop yourself from being diabetic if you are being active, physical activity, eat healthy food, drink lots of water, don't take over-the-counter medication, all of that. It can save some people who are at risk of developing diabetes to not eventually be diabetic, because being diabetic is not it's not a good thing. Being diabetic, from there you can fall out, you can come up with other underlying health conditions. Okay, let's say somebody already has an heart issue and then they now become diabetic. That's two things they are fighting. Okay, so it's so sad that this person has passed away, and like I said, I pray God comfort his family, and may he receive perfect, may he be welcome to the perfect bosom of God. So guys, I just said I'm going to come here really quick, and we should take our health seriously, guys. Take our health seriously. Like I said, endeavor once a year, go to an hospital, let them do your medicals, let them take your blood, check for any disease, any infection, let them carry out an ECG to make sure that your heart is functioning fine. All of those things, all of that test alone could let you know where you stand in terms of your health wise. Okay, so guys, I just thought I would come here and share this. If you're joining me later, please endeavor to watch this video from the beginning so you could learn, and take your health seriously as well. First of all, for all of you who are watching me, there's 16 of you watching me, make sure you've got a blood pressure machine at home, the manual one. If you're outside of the UK and you want me to help you purchase one here and post it to you to Nigeria, DM me. I'll let you know how much it's going to cost you. Your blood pressure should not be something you have to be going to the hospital to go and check. You can buy a mini at home machine. I'm going to post a picture of a mini at home machine. I'm going to post it on my community tab. If you're interested in it, if there's many of you who are interested in it, let me know. I might be able to get a deal from somewhere and then post it down to Nigeria. You need to have your own blood pressure machine. Check your blood pressure if you're at home at least once a week. And then if your blood pressure skyrockets, and then you can go to the hospital and say, oh, I've been checking my blood pressure for the past few months now, this is what the numbers are. From there, the doctor will know that, oh, okay, this person is serious about their health, and they will advise you either they need to start your medication, or either they need to take, maybe they need to carry out some other tests to understand why your blood pressure is like that. Okay, so that's what I'm just going to do, guys. Have a lovely Sunday, and I'm going to leave it right now because I'm getting ready for church. I just said I should come here and use this opportunity to pass, another health information news. So, guys, let me know. I'm going to pull up a poll on my community tab. Should I come here maybe once a week, either a weekend, to give information advice on various health conditions and how to go about them? So those information that I'm going to be giving you, I will give you the website where I'm going to be getting the information from, so that while I'm reading it to you, we can both be reading what I am saying. Okay. Happy Sunday, guys, and I shall see you all later on. Okay. Bye. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay. And share as well.